Hello friends, welcome back to the channel. It's Angela, the Traveling Crafter, and I am here. I am resurrecting Wallpaper Wednesday. I have a plethora of wallpaper, and I've just acquired some more during my thrifting Clear Lake endeavors. And so I thought we would do a little challenge where I pick some of these papers and then we can go and see what we can make with what we've got. I have limited supplies. I am on the road. So that is going to be our goal. I was at this little charity thrift shop, and everything is in-kind donations. So you just pay what you feel is fair. And they had these two. Well, I found one, and then I'll flip while I'm talking. They had these vintage wallpaper books, and I thought, wow, those are actually pretty cool. And so I decided that I was just going to grab both of them. So I had a couple up here. There's, these are just solids, and I think we're going to pull some of these colors out of here, perhaps to use with whatever we choose. I kind of already have an idea for a color palette in the next book. But these are just plain backgrounds. And to find one of these in the thrift store is really kind of, I don't find these. I think I found one wallpaper book and it wasn't terribly old. So I thought this was a great find. And then this was the other one, very 80s. It's called Mix and Match. I don't know if that's a 7 or what, but anywhoosies. It's very shabby chic. And I love it. And so as I was flipping through here, I was like, wow, this would be great just to use all of these papers. So for example, this one has the fabrics, it has the border, it has kind of a detailed floral, a loose floral, it's got some stripes, and then the stripe pattern. So I thought that was kind of cool. There's another one. This is the one I think that we'll use. So aren't these pretty? I'll show you some more of them. There's that one. But the challenge is, if you have wallpaper, if you have been lucky enough to score some of this yumminess, try your hand at creating just with few sheets of the wallpaper. Now, I'm using wallpaper. You can also challenge yourself to use just a few pieces of coordinating scrapbook paper if you want. Whatever you feel works for you. But today we're using wallpaper. So we're going to use this. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my handy dandy knife. Now this is just a little travel one that I have, but it works pretty well. She says. Oh yeah. So let's see how many of these I got out of here. Whoa, I did pretty good. I bet this one didn't come out. Okay, so this one might be a little bit harder to get out because it's got fabric on it. So I got to use a little bit of muscle. There we go. And then I have, is it just 2 more? Yeah, 2 more. Okay. So step 1, get them out of your book. There we go. Done. Now we can set our book aside. And we're going to kind of lay these, we're going to lay these out, and then we're going to see what from that other book we want to use with it. So let's just kind of lay these out. I'm going to do it like this. So that gives us a little more variety. Ooh, those are pretty. I would use this in my house now. All right, there we go. There's that, and then there's this. All right, now let's get this other book. And maybe before we get the other book, let me show you what I got out. So I have my punch. I have my travel bag full of little ephemera. This is from a Joann's going out of business haul. I did grab these. I just got on clearance, so those might work for something. I don't know. We may not use them. I have my little travel bag. It's got my ink, some glue, a paper punch, a corner rounder, and a card to make tags. So pretty basic stuff. And this one stays here, so we're gonna put it, oh, I gotta use it to cut those other ones out. I got some scissors. And then I did pull some things from my little bin down here that I keep. So I did pull some trims, or not trims, ribbons. I have a couple pieces, well, 4, I guess, a few pieces of old book page. I have some index cards if we should need those. And then I just picked some colors here. I have a very limited supply of scrapbook paper here. So this is all I grabbed. There we go. So we can kind of see our color palette. This is a fly page for a book. These might be too much, but they might make good bases. So here's what we've got. All right. I'm liking it. There we go. Is there anything else? I don't think so. All right. So now, can we see? Let me move this over. I'm just going to put these so they don't roll all over the place. Now that we've got this, let's open up this book. I'm going to stand right here because I think it'd be easier. And maybe we'll just take a few. How are these? Oh, these are like little. Can you guys see that? Like this one's little, then this one's bigger. Okay. Well, I feel like we need a little bit of blue because there is blue in this. I don't know that this is the color blue though. I feel like we've got plenty of green. I don't feel like we have a lot of pink. Let's see, that's nice for a base. All right, so let's maybe take this one out. Whoa. Take this one out. And I just go right up as far as I can next to the spine. When I first started doing this, I would take the entire book, you know, because 2 inches of wallpaper seemed to be very important to me at the time. I don't do that anymore. It is way too much work. Let's just take this little, there's a little stripey there. If we need more, right, we can always come back. I probably won't need all of this. I mean, it goes well with that, but not really with. Let's see what else we've got. We've got to get to the, let's go to the blue. Back here. Oh, here we go. This is better. It might not hurt us to have a little piece of this darker blue just for contrast. So I know it looks pretty drastic right here next to it at the moment because the flowers are so light. But, and then let's just take these two. Ooh, I don't know if I got that. So there's that little stripe and this one. Okay, now let's put my knife away. And one thing I did not do that I probably should have done because I might need to use that knife again. Where is it? The mat. Let me get this mat out to put underneath us. All right, so now we have all of our colors. And I did grab out, in this stack, are also some file folders. So we can use them if we need to back, and some old scrapbook pages. So we have some options. And I have no plan. I mean, other than doing the color coordination, that's all I did. So we're just going to kind of wing it and see what we can create. And I'm trying to make it, I think I have it zoomed out enough so you can see pretty much everything we have out here so we can start to mix and match. Now, do I have a process in which I do this? Not really, but I'll try to make one. First of all, I think this, let's see. Nah, I was thinking I could make this into a, well, let's just try, because it's got a little hole there. What if we try to make this into a fabric flip and embrace this and just leave it how it is? So maybe we can just go right there. See, there's that little, I could cut that out, but I don't think I'm going to. So maybe we put a little bit of we got this blue. Now it's gonna just curl up. Here, I'll do it like that. Nope, that just made a nice little mess, but that's okay. All right. I'm just gonna eyeball this, and we're just going to, because this is a little rough now because I pulled it up, so I'm thinking I need to. All right, I'm gonna go just inside of that, and I think that will be good enough. Where is it? There we go. All right. Perfect. And then I'm just going to go right about there. All right, now we have scraps for the scrap bin. My scrap bin is getting it's kind of a lot. All right. Let's get out the goodies. Let's get out the goods. I should have done this ahead of time, but I wanted you to see my little bag of fun. I'm going to use this glue. And I didn't get out a glue mat. I'm totally being a rebel today, aren't I? Oh, I'm going to have to. Hang on. These are the ones that Dollar Tree has. My Dollar Tree did not have these for the longest time. Now they do have them, but these I got while I was up here because I didn't have any glue mats. And what I do is I don't use glue. A lot of people, a lot of artists use glue, just old book page. And then they just glue on that and then throw their, use it, reuse it or whatever. I don't do that. I just use this. It dries really good. I have never had big issues with things sticking to it once I've been working on it. So it seems to work fine for me. Whatever you choose to do, you do you. Look at me all rhymey. Ooh, that might require more than just glue stick. All right, now, that's pretty boring. So let's put something. Yeah, I think this is going to need, we'll see. No, it's going to need some glue. I'm going to get this Fabri-Tac out, which it's at its end. So let me put that upside down for a second. And let's see if we can find something to go on that maybe weighs it down a little bit. Ooh. I got all these little things. Just a little bit of this and that. That just kind of fell into my lap. So that might work just because it's right there. And maybe we use, just for a little contrast, let's use a little piece of this. Can you guys see some of that? I have no idea what kind of book this is, but I think it was, I don't know. It's just got a bunch of letters. I should probably look and see what it's all about. Well, that didn't tear exactly like I wanted it to, but we're not going to worry about it. We're using it. And maybe we have a little tiny strip of, oh, that's kind of cute too. This one shows up a little bit more, doesn't it? But it's really bright. So let's, whoops, knock that off a little bit. And then maybe a tiny little piece of, let's use this. And let's just cut an itty bitty strip. And maybe eventually if I use this in a journal, then maybe I'll do like a label. Or a sentiment or something, right? Okay, now we're gonna need to get this glue. Say a little prayer that it works. All right. see it coming out. So how are y'all doing today? I hope you're doing great. Let me know what your thoughts are about the Wallpaper Wednesday, if this is something you guys want to see more of. I don't know, it's been probably 3 years, maybe, since I've done, maybe not. Yeah, I'm pretty sure, because I would do it consistently. And I have everything still together and coordinated to do Wallpaper Wednesdays. And as I was, if you haven't seen my Craft Room Reset Calming the Chaos series, maybe should we round the edges, corners? Go check that out, because that is one of the solutions that I'm trying to overcome. Or, well, it's one of the problems I'm trying to overcome with some kind of solution. And I'd love your feedback is, where do I store that big wallpaper? And I mean, most all of it is in my garage. But I have some that I keep handy, and I don't have a good place for it. So if you guys have got some ideas. See, I think that this needs, I think it needs something else, but for right now, I think that that's good. All right, one piece down. I'm going to put them back here while we keep working. All right, now this just screams either a side tuck for a page. So let's pretend that this is our journal page. So we could cut this down and easily just use this as a pocket or a tuck, right? A side tuck. I could thin it up, you know, square it up and use it as a belly band too. Or we could do a pocket like this. For this one, don't you guys think I should just leave this and keep it with the coordinating things? And then when I have a journal to go with it, use it? I'm thinking that's what we're going to do, because it's got a lot of potential, and it might depend on the journal. Now I should probably make a journal around it. Okay. Let's say. And what we can do afterwards, we won't probably have time on this video, but we can take all of our scraps and make a big master board too. So then we have even more stuff. We could use that as a journal cover. Truthfully, this would make a great journal cover. I don't have the things to use as for a journal cover, but I think I have lots of options for journal cover. So let's not do that. Let's work on this thing. So first of all, I see that this has a natural cut out of it. So what we're going to do is we're going to just cut this down so it can go on a page as a tuck, because why not embrace what's already there, right? And now we have, ooh, hold on. All right, let's do this. So we're going to decorate this into something. Let's see, how long is this? Where's my ruler? That's 10 inches high. I'm going to cut that down to, I'm going to cut it down to 7. I think that will be better. Because if we're going to decorate it, I don't want to decorate and have it too long for a journal, right? So now we could use this for a tag. Okay. Look at that. One piece of paper. I got a side pocket, a tag, and then we have this, which should be now square. It sure looks like it. We're going to make sure it is. Let's see. Let's see. Make sure it's at least 9 on both. Yeah. All right, so let's just square this up and make it 9 by 9. We've made these many, many a time. I'm putting those smaller pieces in the scrap bin for now. This side looks like it needs to be shored up. There we go. All right, now we have that. All right, so let's move you girls out of the way here. And now all we're gonna do is we're gonna make this into an envelope. So we're going to go corner to corner. We've done this many a time. Well, that does not look like it's squared, it does it? I'm gonna double check. Nope, it's not. Angela. It's just off just a little bit there. I like this on the back. When I use my wallpaper, I like to use it, embrace whatever's on the back of it and leave it open. Okay, so I'm just putting my finger right here to press it so that I know kind of where the center is. You could then go like this on this side and press it there. So now you know exactly where center is. So then we're just gonna fold it in. There we go. And like I said, I like this. I could, you know, leave it like this, but I like it like it is. And then we're just gonna take this and fold it up. I'm gonna fold this down a little bit. And I'm gonna cut these little corners out just to make it lay a little bit flatter. Well, we're getting a lot of stuff out of not a lot of paper. So that's great. All right, now we're gonna need our glue, and I'm gonna use the Fabri-Tac just because, all right, we're using wallpaper. All right, so now, come on. There we go. And just like that, we have an envelope, and then we can fold this down. We can, if we want, pop those out, but I think I'll just leave it like that. So now we have 3 things that we can decorate. Let's see. Let's make this into a tag while it's... So I'm just going to take this old index card and make that, just to give it a little more stability. All right. And now let's make it into a tag. And just cut all of the excess off. Now we have our tag. Bada bing, bada boom. We're just gonna use the little tiny edge. And I don't know that we'll get to everything in this one video, but at least we'll have some things. And maybe we should make some more things and then decorate. Or maybe we can make some things and then come back and decorate. How about that? All right. So all that coordinates together. I'm gonna set this aside for a minute. So now we have we have 5 pieces at the moment. All right, let's go back to our wallpaper. And so far we haven't used, here's another one of those. Let's embrace that too. So I'm just gonna cut this off. And I'm gonna cut this right here. Now I have another tuck. So we'll put that over here. And then this is not even, well, of course it's not, because this is where I cut it out of the book. All right. So we have this piece. What if we make a series of, I want to clear this edge up. I know it's probably, there we go. Now it's straight. Perfect. What if we use, let's move these aside. So we have this one. I'm feeling the blue. I think we should make a tag out of that. We'll make a stack tag. And I kind of like this Anna Griffin one too, just to give it a little bit of contrast. All right, should we do 4? Should we do 4? Let's see. Where's my... Well, let's get them all. This will be our big tag. This one, this. Still, it's good. Perfect. And then this one, I'm going to make it pretty tiny. Oh, and you know what we can also put over it? Let's grab a piece of this vellum. Because I got it, why not use it? And it's pink. And we'll make a little one to match right over the top. How wide is this? Should be about 2 1/4. 2 1/4. All right, so let's make this 2 1/4. By 5 3/4. All right. This is like turbo ephemera, right? And I think for the sake of this, instead of making it into like a tag, I think it would be fun just to do the tops corner rounded. So what I'm going to do with this vellum, because the corner rounder might not work so hot with it, is I'm going to put this together. Hopefully that will work. There we go. All right. So those two are done. Oh, that looks pretty. And then we'll do this one. And I was just looking at my time, and I probably need to get my ducks in a row and get on the road. But we're going to do this first. And I will come back and we'll decorate these. Okay? I'll bring some of this stuff back home with me so we can do that. All right, now I need a bulb pin of some sort. That's all I'm going to use for right now. Well, you know what? Let's use a piece of... I was trying not to use things that... extra things. So let's just try to use this. These scissors are not the ones that... There we go. All right. Come on. And there we go. All right, let's see if we can do a couple more things with what we've got left. So I have... I don't know. Maybe we should keep this and use this for a cover. Should we? Okay, let's look at it. So this would be the outside. This would be the inside. We've got something we can use as a belly band. We've got a journal card, and I probably will have to back that. We have a tag. We have 2 pockets. We have another tag and an envelope. That's pretty good. I mean, ephemera. We may as well embrace this, and I can probably find some more things inside this. Inside this what? Oh, wallpaper book that we can add to it. Okay, so let's do that. What I'm going to do is create a project bag, and I'm not going to take it home because that would be silly. I'm going to keep it here, all of this stuff together, and we will use it now. Because we're going to use those 2 bigger pages, I don't have as many of the colored ones yet to use. So let's shore this up, and we'll make this a pocket. I'm just going to go at 6 inches. And I think what I'll do is make this like a pocket with several layers of belly bands. Here we go. Got one more. How does that look? Okay, that doesn't look bad, but I think it needs a piece underneath it, just a little bit bigger. Maybe this. Let's use a piece of this green. All right. And so we still have that blue that we can play with and make some things out of it. But we'll come back to this. We'll do another Wallpaper Wednesday. Now, I don't know how often I'll be able to do this because I don't know when I'll be up here necessarily, but we will be doing it. And I decided not to. I'm going to take these little scrappy pieces and I'm going to put them in the project bin. All right, so now we need to, I'm going to cut that down just a little bit more. Let's do this. Get these on here. Actually, hold on a second. Let's think about this for a minute. Let's make this a pocket. Then we'll make the little belly. Or I guess I could just make pocket upon pocket upon pocket. Yeah, let's do that. Perfect. So before we do that, let's do this. Let's get all of these up here. And all I'm going to do is make... Ooh, do I want them? No. All right, let's make a thumb notch there. And then we're going to do a small thumb notch here. Let's get that cut down. This is going to be fun. That wasn't very straight. All right. And then we'll do that, this one about right here. And this big little bitty one right about there we go. Now we make our pockets. And this is what I call like a Sunday morning project. It's one of those things where Dave's watching Ariel America and I just bring a few things upstairs, hang out with him, and just create with what I've got. And sometimes I create some of my favorite things because I don't have a lot to work with, and I limit myself to what I have brought upstairs. So same holds true for when I'm traveling, right? So you can do this as well. You don't have to go anywhere to do this. And I don't do a ton of distressing just because I don't know. I don't know why. I mean, I like it. It would be awesome here, but I can always come back and do that. And here's how you would do that. If I decide I want it, I'll just do it so you can see. And then we're going to call this a video. So I can just stick this index card in there and just kind of distress. Oh, shoot. I got a little too much on there. See, maybe that's why I don't like to do it, but it doesn't look bad. And I don't do the whole thing usually, just here and there. And there we go. All right. So what do we have left? I think we've used every piece in some way, shape, or form from the original designs. But our additional backgrounds that we still have more of this. We haven't used this blue, and I don't think we've used this pink. So this is all of the wallpaper that we have left. And then we have all of these coordinating pieces that we can make things as well. And all of these goodies. So that can all go into that bin. And then, let me put the lid on the glue. We have these things to decorate. We have the whole thing of ephemera. We have, whoops. And we have these for our cover. So there's that. And now we've got all of these for our start of our journal. We'll just make ourselves a shabby chic journal. You know what these would, well, I don't know, the colors match, but that's pretty fun. How many is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 pieces in a real quick amount of time. So I hope you enjoyed that, and I hope that you come back for another Wallpaper Wednesday, where we'll just keep working on this project and see where it leads us. Until next time, friends, remember to take time to just be. We'll see you soon. Cheers.